Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube exclusively on there. And we're going to talk about how the Pistons beat the Thunder 124-116. The Pistons are now 43-14 and 23-7 at home. The Thunder are 45-15 now, 21-8 on the road. The Pistons is the best team in the NBA right now, record-wise. As a recording of this video after they beat the Thunder tonight, Detroit only played them once so far. They play them again. We'll see if they can win the season series or will the Thunder tie it. And they won't play again until they meet in the NBA Finals if that's what happens. If not, they won't see each other until next season. The Thunder won the first quarter 34-22, but lost the second quarter 36-18. In the third quarter 36-28. And then the fourth quarter, the Thunder won it 36-30, but it wasn't enough to win the game. As the Pistons was able to control it and win, enough of that quarter to be able to end with the win. Jalen Williams, he did have a really, really good game. He had 30 points. That was game high in this game, and I don't think he ever done that throughout his whole NBA career. He also went 9 of 14 from the field, 5 of 10 from 3, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. He just took his time and just read what the defense was trying to do and try to score accordingly, and it ended up working out for him. He didn't take a lot of shots. He didn't take really no bad ones either. And for him also to have 11 boards, he did exactly what he should have done, but amplified it a lot in this game. And is any night, it can be anybody's night, and it was his night tonight against the Pistons. And he had 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal in the block, 2 personal fouls. It was a minus 15 and plus minus. Isaiah Joe, he didn't step up in this one. He played 14 minutes, only had 3 points. He went 1 of 5 from 3. That was his only field goal. That's how he ended up with the 3. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a steal, 2 personal fouls, and was a minus 6 and plus minus. So, him and Dort didn't give him what they needed. He went 1 of 8 from the field, Dort did, and 1 of 5 from 3. He only had 3 points in 28 minutes, couldn't really get going at all. And this one, he also had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, and 2 steals. He also had 2 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and was a minus 15 and plus minus. And then Aaron Wiggins, he scored more, but he also didn't shoot the ball that great either. He went 6 of 16 from the field and 2 of 7 from 3 and 6 of 7 from the free throw line for 20 points in 35 minutes. He did have 3 rebounds and 6 assists. The 6 assists ended up being the most on the team. 3 turnovers, 2 steals, and 1 block. He also had 1 offensive rebound and 4 personal fouls and was a plus 4 and plus minus. And in Casey Wallace, he was hitting some jumpers. He was hitting some pull-ups. He was driving. He went 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 6 from 3, 9 of 17 from the field for 23 points in 30 minutes. He also had 2 rebounds and 5 assists, 1 turnover and a steal, 5 personal fouls and a minus 16 and plus minus. They was a little bit too predictable. That's why they was turning the basketball all over and not really shooting the ball that great. We knew they was going to set screens. We knew they was going to launch threes because that's just what they do. It worked to a certain extent. They just couldn't make the mid-ranges and the layups a lot of the time either. And that just became a problem for them. They couldn't really create a lot of good looks for themselves. And that's what got them stuck against the Pistons. They put some good athletes on them. They made them work for their space. They made them work for their separation. They helped them settle a lot. And that's how the Thunder just couldn't hit consistent shots. They was getting stops. They was playing, a good brand of basketball, but it wasn't better than what the Pistons could do. And I eventually thought the Pistons would create some separation and end up winning this game. And they did, you know what I mean? And it was going to happen just because it's hard to get good looks when you're not really able to get one yourself. And if you can't get one yourself, they're just going to stay home with the shooters. They're going to close that space. And next thing you know, you're trying to find a way to score a basket by yourself, which is difficult for basically all these players that play for the Thunder today. Besides Jared McCain, but he was able to do it, but he didn't do it efficiently either. And that was the problem coming into this game if the Thunder was going to win without Chet, Hardenstein, and Caruso, and you can even say Shea and Jalen Williams was how are they going to produce good enough offense to beat a team like the Pistons that are athletic and have good defenders and are decent offensively? And the question was they wasn't going to be able to do it, and they didn't do that tonight, buddy. For the Thunder, he played 1 minute. He didn't do anything at all because of that. Brooks played 22 minutes. He went 0-3 from the field and missed his only three-pointer. He had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and a block. One personal foul and was a +6 and plus minus. Brandon Carlson played 4 minutes. He had 4 points because he went 2 of 4 from the field and 0 of 2 from three. His finisher was basically by the rim. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 turnover. 3 offensive boards, no personal foul, was a +11 and plus minus. Kenrich Williams played 26 minutes, had 13 points. He was able to get to the paint and make threes. He went 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 1 of 1 from the free throw line for 4 and had 4 rebounds. He also had 1 turnover, 3 offensive boards, 3 personal was a -2 and plus minus. And then 30 minutes for Jared McCain. He had 20 points. He can score. He can shoot off the catch. He can create his own shot a little bit. He got blocked. He missed some mid ranges. He missed some threes, but he did go 4-4 from the free throw line, 4 of 10 from three, and 6 of 16 from the field. He also had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul with a +4 and plus minus. And Topic, he got off the bench and played 16 minutes and went 0-3 from the field. He did have 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a turnover. 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul was a -11 and plus minus, but they needed more from him too. Their bench was okay, but they needed it to be a little bit better to beat a team like Detroit. Then you look at Detroit, Tobias Harris, he didn't even do much at all offensively in this one. He went 2 of 5 from the field and 0 of 2 from three for 4 points in 24 minutes. He still grabbed 8 boards, which is needed. He also had 1 assist and no turnovers and a block. 1 personal foul was a +2 and plus minus. Duncan Robinson played 30 minutes. He had 16 points and went 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 9 from three, and 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He can score the basketball. He can shoot. He can space the floor. He can attack off the dribble from time to time. And it works. He knows his game. He knows his role, and that's always essential to what the team is trying to be and what they're trying to do. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal for him too. 1 offensive board, no personal foul, +15 and plus minus. Jalen Duren was just a beast in this game. 31 minutes for him, 29 points. He went 12 of 17 from the field. He was really attacking that paint hard and really putting a lot of effort to get boards and just be a force in the paint. He had 15 boards and 29 points, so a double-double. 1 block, 2 assists, no turnovers, 2 personal fouls, 5 offensive boards, and a +12 and plus minus. He was just dominant in this game, and he makes the game look so easy and so simple because he knows what he's out there to do, and he does it at a high level, and he puts maximum effort out there on both ends of the court, and you have to love him for that. And then Cade Cunningham played 38 minutes. He had a lot of careless, kind of scratch your head type of passes where you knew where it was going to go. I could have picked it off and scored a layup, but that's how obvious a lot of his passes were and how careless they really were in this game. So his decision making was bad. Sometimes his offense looked a little clunky too, like he didn't really know what he wanted to do. And you don't really see that a lot with Cade. That's why I had to point that out. But even then, he had shot 11 of 16 from the field. Yeah, he made a couple threes and a couple tough ones and some mid ranges, and he was able to drive too. And he also went 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 5 boards, 13 assists, so a double-double. He also had 3 steals, 3 blocks. He's a two-way player. And then the problem with his night was just the 8 assists and the 5 personal fouls, but he still was able to impact the game in a dominant fashion. So this is what he does, and this is who he is in this league, and we have to give him love and respect for what he's been able to do for the Pistons and his organization in general and the fan base. He's been pleasing them all season, and it continued tonight. And he was a +17 and plus minus of Sor Thompson. Of course, he's going to rock that rim and get to the basket, whether that's cutting or driving or transition. 11 points for him, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 boards, 7 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. He does it all, and he was able to accomplish and do that again in this one. And he also had 1 personal foul, was a +15 and plus minus. Paul Reed played 17 minutes, had 8 points. He went 3 of 7 from the field, all finishes around the rim and misses around the rim. He also went 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, and 4 blocks. The 4 blocks was the most on the team. 3 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a -4 and plus minus. Ronald Holland also scored near the basket, but he did go 0-3 from the 3-point line, finished 4 of 9 from the field with 8 points, and he had 5 boards. That was the most off the bench. He had 2 assists. That was also the most off the bench. He had 1 steal, tied for the most off the bench and 4 personal fouls, 3 offensive boards, and was a -2. And plus minus, Javonte Green hit a nice three. That was basically the dagger. And then he went 2 of 3 from three and 2 of 4 from the field for 6 points. He did have 4 boards also, and 1 steal, 1 block, no turnovers, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul, was a +9. And plus minus, and Karis LeVert scored the most points off the bench, which was 9, because he went 3 of 6 from the field and 1 of 2 from the 3-point line and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 1 assist and 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, and was a -11 and plus minus. Kevin Huerter got off the bench and played 8 minutes. He missed his only shot, which was a 3. He had no turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and was a -6 and plus minus. And then Daniel Jenkins played 13 minutes. He had 4 points and went 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. 3 rebounds, no turnovers, no personal fouls, 1 offensive board. It was a -7 and plus minus. 54% from the field for the Pistons, 41% from the field for the Thunder, 33% from the three for the Pistons, 37% for the Thunder, 73% from the free throw line for the Pistons, 95% for the Thunder, 51 rebounds for, and then 37 for the Thunder, 29 assists for the Pistons, 28 for the Thunder, 15 turnovers for the Pistons, 13 for the Thunder, 9 steals for the Pistons, 7 for the Thunder, 12 blocks for the Pistons, 3 for the Thunder, 15 offensive rebounds for the Pistons, 12 for the Thunder, 36 defensive rebounds for the Pistons, 25 for the Thunder, 21 personal fouls for the Pistons, 20 for the Thunder, and the personal fouls didn't matter much because the Pistons shot 26 free throws and the Thunder shot 21. That was only 5 more. And like I said, the Pistons did make it at a better percentage than the Thunder. Anyway, Thunder just didn't have enough shot creators. They didn't have enough scorers. Their defense was solid. It was good enough, but they just couldn't score the basketball consistent enough. And they had some troubles, moving the ball because the Pistons knew that if you're not really trying to score, you're trying to pass. So that just play in the passing lanes. That just try to get as many steals and as many blocks as we can, because you guys just can't get it done, off the dribble, all consistent enough to beat us. We do it better than y'all. We play better than y'all. We have the better players tonight, and we just have to go out there and focus, take our time and execute, make some tough ones here and there, try to make some easy ones for the most of the game. And I feel like the Thunder was just working too hard for their shots, and the Pistons just was getting better ones, and their defense was just as good. It just, the Thunder was able to hang around a lot longer and a lot more than what the Pistons was really hoping for. But as long as they won and got the W, that's all that really mattered. No win is going to really come too easy. You have to fight for it. You have to earn it, and the Pistons was able to do that, and they got the win that they deserved tonight. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.